I've been in the fitness industry for more than 6 years now. During that time, I moved to Canada as an international student and later got hired by the most reputable gym chain in North America. Within 1 year, I transformed the company's worst performing club into the #1 club all across North America, and along with that club, I was ranked as the #1 training director across US and Canada. Why did I say all that? Because in this video, I'll share the top 2 meal plan strategies that allow me to make this transformation despite working 14 plus hours a day and without ever sacrificing my career. And not only did it work for me, but it also worked for all these busy professionals and busy moms you see on the screen. And mind you, I've never avoided any of my favorite foods, and neither did they. They made this transformation while enjoying all the foods they love for themselves. If there is only one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. Make it easy for you to win every single day. That being said, if you're a busy mom or someone who works 8 to 12 hours, it's probably not a good idea to stick to a routine that demands you to cook at least 3 meals 3 times a day. Because the more complex you make your routine, the harder you're making it for yourself to follow through on your commitments. Especially for me, during those 14-hour days, the last thing which I wanted to do is come back home and cook a full course meal. And some days, Uber Eats was the only option and the regret as a side dish. In order to set myself up for success, these are the top 2 changes I made to my meal prep. The first one, ingredient prep. Now, when I say ingredient prep, I don't want you to confuse it with the regular meal prep. Meal prep is the practice of preparing the entire meals for a specific time in advance, which includes cooking, assembling, and storing meals in separate different containers, usually for 3 to 5 days at a time. For example, you set aside 1 day of the week, dedicate 3 to 4 hours max, and prepare 5 to 10 meals in advance. It might look like some rice, a complex curry, and some roasted vegetables on the side, and each portion is separated into different containers for grab and go convenience throughout the week. Well, this approach is good because you don't have to worry about food for an entire week, and all you have to do is stick it in the microwave and enjoy a full course meal. But personally, I'm not a big fan of reheating the meals or eating the foods that's been sitting around for too long. That being said, ingredient prep is preparing the ingredients in advance rather than cooking and assembling an entire meal. In this approach, it doesn't take much time as it takes to preparing the entire meal, and you even have an option to mix and match the ingredients, which resulting in you never have to stick to the same foods for the entire week. For example, you can prep the most used ingredients like rice, chicken, salmon, lentils, and salads, and either cook it or marinate them separate and store it in the fridge. Whenever you feel hungry, you can quickly make yourself a plate, wasting little to no time. Much easier, much more sustainable, and much more realistic. And most importantly, it takes way less time than preparing an entire meal while giving you an option to switch things up so you don't have to get bored. Now that brings me to the second hack, which makes ingredient prep much more easier. Instead of buying and preparing the entire ingredients by yourself, you can buy them from the grocery store. I know, wild. For example, instead of you grilling your own chicken breast, you can buy some pre-cooked chicken or some deli slices. Instead of buying the plain rice and cooking it by yourself, you can purchase the microwavable rice, which will be done in just 2 minutes. Instead of chopping vegetables from the scratch, you can buy the pre-cut veggies or even frozen veggies. Instead of making your own salads, you can use the pre-packaged one that comes with dressings and toppings. Rather than roasting your own salmon, you can buy the pre-cooked or grilled salmon fillet. Instead of making a smoothie from the scratch, buy the frozen smoothie packs that just need a blend. It sounds super simple, but most of you don't freaking do it. And some of you might be even thinking it is more expensive. And yes, it is more expensive than purchasing normal groceries. But just think about how much time it saves you. And with that saved time, think about how productive you can be. And it's either you can focus on income generating activities or you can even spend quality time with your family. Don't pinch pennies to save dollars. And by implementing this, all your ingredient prep for the week will be done in 1 to 2 hours max, and you made it easier for yourself by creating systems that makes it more likely for you to actually stick to a routine. Ultimately, this will help you build a body and lifestyle where you no longer have to diet. As I said, I've been in the fitness industry for more than 6 years now, and by the time you watch this, it might be even more. So, if you want to hear some unfiltered truths about fitness which no one talks about, check out this video on the screen.